Don't care.
What's up, everybody? We're a little late tonight. You are not doing it. But we're a little late tonight. Got a little into a little talking. It's been an exciting week for us. So without further ado, let's get right to it. We thank you guys for checking us out. And man, it's D20. Make sure you subscribe down below for all updates and all info. But without that, let's get into it. So we had last left off and seen nuts and bolts, Cogs and Rel. They had decided to basically, after clearing out what was how do I phrase this? This is how I know I'm tired of it.
Gnome's workshop, basically.
A trapped
Is he gnome or dwarf?
3-level battle. Yeah, rock gnome.
Oh,
3-layered battle gnome mine hideout where they would have to go against 3 massive creatures. They decided that, upon finding out it was Cog's creator, would decide to head back to Gearholt with the gnome known as Graltix, the creator of Cogs, in promise of allowing him to build a foundry and basically build these spider tanks and other robots. You need 50,000 gold, but that would come.
we gave him
Yes,
50,000
you did.
gold.
Yes. But among traveling with him in the first night, the moon becoming full and him kind of wolfing out, I guess is the way to put it. And see, now I'm remembering it. It's all floating back. So they decided to basically lay a trap instead of actually kind of tracking him down, using a little bit of meat that for some reason Cogs is just collecting things now. But using a little bit of meat in one of the snares that they have to trap this gnome turned essentially gnome wolf, we're gonna call it. I like that gnome wolf. A gnome wolf. And
Stabbing him with a silver fork.
yeah, instead of making shackles or anything like that,
We tried. We attempted. And they didn't work.
Once to bend some spoons.
That's true.
And so he would stab him in the arm with a fork and then just kind of go to sleep for the night as he hung from the tree. Awoken in the morning from again the gnome formed Graltix.
I don't think I have a wand of
One of you
teleportation.
has it. I saw it the other day. Rod of teleportation.
I thought you had it.
One of you had
It's
it.
not
in
in my
inventory.
thing.
Oh, I'm already on inventory.
Yes, sir. But
Unless it got rid of it somehow
it
by
had
accident.
2 more days of travel, and I can't remember. I do remember one at the second day. Or the third day. I can't remember the second. Oh, Cogs would get pretty much swept by a bird. That's right. Would get swept up by a bird, and Ralph smartingly throwing his hammer, ricocheting the legs. See, I'm remembering it all again. And saving Cogs, and then a very quick combat, to continue on the day pretty peacefully, going into the third, in which they kind of stumbled into a webby section of forest off the trail a bit and encountered a drider. After an pretty intense combat that lasted a little bit, they easily slayed the drider, squashing it essentially. You collected some venom, didn't you? Something. You tried to and didn't.
I tried, I
that's
failed.
Right, that's right. I'm sorry, guys, I'm tired.
No,
I'm apologizing. I may be a little off. I'm very tired. Starting a job. But upon returning to Gearholt, would be surprised to see that Ralph's brother Chaz was already there and kind of waiting and gently kind of nudging that we needed to head back to Aragon and kind of deal with this situation and just 2 down, 1 more to go, as they would put it, I suppose. So that's where we'll start off. And it's about noon right now. As Ralph kind of, as Chaz kind of stands before you, and you see he's like, looks at you guys. What's with the gnome?
He's some type of wolf gnome.
My creator.
Apparently, he made that thing.
I'm gonna need some silver.
I have that. Spoons or fork?
He just kind of. Are you attracted to shiny things, brother?
No, it's just a plan. We're
Wait a
gonna
minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
we're gonna need some patsies.
Hold on. Before we left Oculus, I had heard a few days before we left that there was a homeless guy with a fork, a silver fork. Was that you?
I don't know what you're talking about. What kind of check would that be?
Persuasion.
Persuasion.
Let's see if I can persuade him that I have no idea.
Sort of give him a quick nudge, inspiration, or whatever.
7.
Oh.
Oh.
Before.
Or
Guidance.
guidance.
11.
11.
I don't know why.
Kinda
I keep
like-
thinking inspiration.
That gives you the kind of squints. Yeah, it just so happens that homeless dude has this really nice silver fork, and then my brother just has a bunch of forks and silver forks and spoons.
Look, I have a plan.
Are we gonna have a bunch of psychopaths coming out after us in the future? Are you creating something that I should be worried about?
No. This will be a distraction for other people who are looking for us.
Alright, I mean, as long as it keeps them off our trail, I guess I sacrifice the homeless people? I mean,
Essentially.
at least I'll get to die with a purpose.
I guess.
Oh, but, so, are you heading back to Aragon? Are you walking? Because if you're walking, I'll walk with you. What's your plan? So I gotta get back there too. Van went ahead. I stopped here. So,
Well,
are we walking?
I think we sort of had an idea of teleporting, but I think we're having trouble finding the stick.
Is it really needed to?
I added it to mine, so.
Because what?
Oh, so you did find it finally.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you have it.
I pulled the stick out of my butt.
Yeah, because you had it.
We're gonna check that inventory.
Okay. So, what does it say again?
It is.
I just can't remember if there's any hook catch to it.
This rather unremarkable quarter-inch thick rod, a foot in length, of tarnished metal belies its true value, incredible power. It has no markings of any kind. It's just, okay, whatever. I don't care what it looks
No
like.
effects or nothing.
If identify is cast upon it, several arcane runes will faintly appear along its length, revealing its true nature. Specialized special focus to cast a seventh level arcane spell, teleport. If an adventurer, regardless of their level of expertise and spellcasting ability, becomes attuned to the rod of teleportation, they can cast teleport once per day with all the usual restrictions that the spell describes. The rod recharges every dawn.
Yeah, I just don't do one thing. Okay. So to roll, whoever you're probably using it, so go ahead and roll.
Because it has to be attuned.
Yeah. Well, you have a slot, don't you?
Yeah, I had a slot open, so I put it.
But Chaz sees you grab this, and he grabs your arm. He's like, I know how this crap goes. And you grab the rod and pulls it out. Go ahead and roll D100. See where you land.
Okay, just sweep my arm under his. Let's go.
I gotta grab it.
Damn it. Do I get to add guidance to it? Because I'm.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, sure.
Well, it really doesn't matter with this one, but
74.
Oh, you go high. You actually like, so in a flash, all of a sudden, hey, real quick before I forget, you're interested in a poker game at the end of the month?
Possibly.
I'll keep you informed. Okay, I just want to make sure. You end up right inside the gate, and more practically right outside the front door of that shop. You see that sign of that sword. As the door kind of swings open at that moment, you kind of appear, and he's like, he sees you as the door swings open, as a guy walks out, and and the door.
You just see him turn off blow out the candles, and switch that sign to close real quick.
The lights do go off. The candle goes out. So you're back in Aragon. Go ahead and just, if one of you, or actually both, go ahead and roll me a perception check. I'll perception.
18.
What the I rolled with advantage and rolled the same damn thing. 13?
Huh? 13, 18. You look up, you see that sign, and
I
you
have
kind of
advantage,
heard.
and you still roll higher.
Right.
You definitely heard. You could definitely hear Knowlton on the inside, kind of like stutter from shout as he saw you as the door swung closed. But you kind of look around, and you immediately notice where in the town before the the leader of the guard was accidentally died and drowned with some kind of odd lightning strike in the pond as he swam in the evening. Lord knows and there's where the guard was once organized, where you could physically just walking in town, you would see on each corner, every other corner, even or just you couldn't go without noticing guards throughout the town. As you're standing just outside of Smash and Slash, and you're kind of like looking around, you even notice as you kind of like turn where there was just two guards at
Is
the
that
door.
the name of the store?
Yeah,
Smash and Slash.
the way you got the swords where you first came into town, and
Oh,
yeah.
that's cool.
But
I forgot.
But as you're kind of like right inside, uh, or you look back and you kind of notice immediately, there was the two guards there. The one with the shield, the one with the bow, and then the one with the big sword. The dude with the bow there, the dude with the shield's just dead on the ground.
That's interesting.
And as you kind of look around in town, it's quiet. You don't see like many people out. Like you'll see the occasion, but there's like this quick flurry of like where it's like you could see the urgency of trying to get to their destination of not wanting to be out. The guards that you do see, you only see as you begin to start to walk up, as you know that Van appears more than likely. Make sure I see this right. More than likely at the Ethereal Inn where you had met him before. So as you kind of like go up and you like make that first right turn in a town, you kind of walk up. You do see as some guards kind of stumble through, and as they do, but they pay little attention as they are just quickly moving forward. The town seems not in shambles, but like tension. Why don't you go and give me another perception check for the walk? So I'm assuming you're just going to walk to meet with Van.
Yeah.
Okay.
This dice can go to
I think
hell.
I'm gonna, Kool-Aid Man action today. It's just like, oh man, we need potions.
12.
Well,
Yeah, let's go with you.
18. Right, because that's a 9, right?
you continue on and you kind of walk up the street as it kind of like starts to curve back north. And as you're walking and you kind of see it's the same thing. You don't see many people. There's a few older folks that are kind of just like posted up. You see a human who's just kind of definitely not from town. Just like total looks like almost like a farmer essentially. Just like got the old sun hat on. And you kind of notice there's a few people, but other than that, everybody is inside. But you do see this like continued cycle as you walk and are on the like what would be considered the outside, like I guess you call it the wall side. As there's the road and there's some buildings to the side, but right behind those buildings is the gate, the wall to the city. But as you're kind of walking, you do start to notice it is of like a pattern where every now and again a guard or two will just like stroll past. And then after a moment, as you kind of are going farther north, you see that guard that passed you as you first kind of made that turn. And you notice it's like almost like a chaotic, like neurotic, almost sense of like just looking forward. Like there's not a clear directive, but it's like, okay, we got to protect, you know what I mean? Like men without a mission, but know that their job is to protect the city. And you see it as like even the guard, like as you kind of stumble up to like the past the Black Castle Armory, the armor shop, you notice there's a guard who's out there and he's got his chest plate and it's just thrown into the ground. It's just the one corner of it just completely buried as he's standing there, just a mug of ale in his hand. Helmet just kind of leaning on his head. And you could just see it's like where this town was once where the guards were heavily present and they made their presence known of strength and they kept in peace. Now they are like this shadow of the town that scares the people. Where you notice the people are not going out, and as these guards kind of go, there's a frivolousness where they every now and again you see a guard that walks by. He's got his hand just like the sword partially drawn. Tension is definitely up, but you continue on into up as you get up to the Ethel Inn, and you see, as usual, the doors open.
Oh yeah, their boss got killed by lightning.
Pretty much, you like the first two
We
murders.
had nothing to do with that.
Okay, the
Okay.
the two murders nature caused have caused a massive influx into the city, and that you could feel it. But as you do, you see the Ethereal Inn. It's the same thing. The door, as it is, always open. You see, you kind of look over and you kind of like leaning over, and you could just see the face of the short, stocky halfling that you remember to be Wilfer. So, you guys heading in?
Yeah.
So as you kind of first like walk up to the door, and you do just as usual, you kind of take that first step and you look across at the far end of the room, the table kind of in the not really lit corner of the room. You see Van, the half elf, just kind of sitting at the table. He kind of catches a glance with you, and he just looks at the chairs ahead of him.
I throw one of my silver forks at him.
Okay, go ahead and make a roll a d20.
Calling card.
13.
Kind of make eye contact, slyly grab a fork out of your waistband, and just it goes flying. He's just looking, watching it, and he just he has dodge reaction.
That's fine. I wasn't trying to like
he's like-
hurt him.
He just
And I
kind of
just
looks
wait.
at you,
I think he's a mine.
Let's go see what he wants.
All right.
Well, we kind of know what he wants, but let's go see what he has to tell us.
So you sit down.
He wants us to be murder hobos again.
So you kind of you approach the seat. You kind of you hear the as this
Which
foot
I don't
pushes
even
out.
know if these characters are really murder hobos. They're more or less like,
Mercenary.
yeah.
Hitman.
Yeah, they're like a mix between mercenaries and hitmen.
No, these
They're not murder hobos.
no. Your first campaign, you guys were for the most part.
Murder's more random.
You're more. Name the price.
Yeah, yeah.
The price is right.
Yes. Like, wait a minute. Wait. You want me to do that a moral thing?
We're just gonna call our gang the Bob Barker gang.
I mean, you can't. I don't know. I guess it all depends on how you use the equipment you have. Because if you end up using that dragon crown to get a bunch of dragons, and you're just like, we're gonna roast some cities.
Yeah.
But you kind of sit down, and Van kind of looks at you, and he's that calm demeanor. It seems a little shuffled up, huh? A little bit of bad luck.
Well, it's probably safe up there now because lightning never hits the same spot twice.
Unless you're metal. And I guess you're right in that regard in some ways. But look, I'm just gonna keep it short and sweet with you today. Feel like killing an inferior's wife, and he says it quietly, kind of like leans in.
I mean, we don't really ever feel like, well, okay. Sometimes we feel like killing people.
Right, just I understand that, but you understand the situation now, all right?
If the situation calls for us to do this, so
To me, a mission's a mission.
It's the easiest way to get this dude to either step down or just it gives us the best chance at getting rid of him.
why don't we kill him?
That's the next step. But there's no access to him right now. You cleared his guard.
Gotcha.
But this is where this one gets tricky, okay? Because she is a sorcerer and a warlock. All right?
Have I ever told you I really don't like magic?
Look, that's why I'm giving you these options because it has to again look like an accident. So you have a few. I've given you, one option for the last two. Drown them, push them off the edge. But this one, I'm giving you those two, and I'm going to let you throw in another one. You could poison them if you so choose. All right? Poison, push, or drown. You got two options. I'm going to give you her schedule for the next 2 days because, like I said, the man that we're working for to put in power has that type of information.
Don't I have that spoon? Or did I make something that looked like that spoon?
You made something that looked like that spoon.
Oh,
But he kind of. So
damn.
here's the situation. I'm gonna lay it clean. Here's your options. You push her off a cliff. Middle of the day, every day, she walks to the top of the mountain. You make it look like a stumble. The problem with that is the type of mountain it is. I think you're gonna have to make it look more like a rock. It broke.
I was gonna say rock slide maybe.
It's only 20 feet high. There's a path up to it. There's the edge. She stands along the edge, so it's the only way that works is break that edge without her making too much of a. She usually has one guard with her on that walk. Option two, in the evening, where her husband, that fool in a clown, whatever he is dealing with is like nightly tactic, whatever you want to call it. She spends time in the garden. She's got a lot of plants in there that can be construed as poisonous, if you will. There's an option there. You just plant the plant in there that's poisonous from somebody, or something along those lines. To me, I would just literally, in that situation, what's medical science? Just bring a poison bottle with you. force that bee to drink it and then put some flowers on her and make it look like she ate some of it. You know what I mean? With everything that's happening, I'm just being honest with you guys. I
Do have that blowgun.
but
Can make it look like a bee sting.
but the other one is in the first thing in the morning. It's a small hot spring just to the south, just off the ocean. Just off the ocean. It's kind of
I don't think they have bee familiars.
Oh, there's bats, but she goes to the hot spring in the mountains just to the south of town every morning. Usually 1 or 2 guards are there. You got to drown her. It's hot spring. I mean, you seem to kind of enjoy the whole drowning thing the last time. I mean, electrocution. Yeah. Lightning's a bitch, isn't it?
It sure is.
Sure, robot friend, because you're not at all electric. Kind of looks at you. You seem a little chipper.
Yep.
We found someone important for him.
God, if I need to go through these hits.
All right, so I've given you kind of just like he looks at you, Ralph. Looks back at Cogs. Looks at you, Ralph. Like that fourth wall breaking. But so the options are yours. Even if you want to do something on your own, yeah. But I gave you a few. Which made it look like an accident. And from there, she's gonna. You got. You did grab. That's right. You got the key right from the last guy. You did.
Yeah,
Okay, I remember you grabbing it. I do specifically remember that.
one of us grabbed
Yeah.
it.
So you grabbed the key out of his jacket. I think it was him after he killed him.
Yeah.
But so that key. Here's the plan. I'm getting ready to vanish. Your brother told me to
Man, vanished.
fantastic, baby. But Chaz told me about the city. He sent an owl. Said you got something established north that's a little safer. I'm gonna be heading there, but first I'm gonna head up to Wakefield, take care of a few things. So here's the deal. Just gonna lay it out there for you. You have the key, so you have the next step. You're gonna kill this lady. Kind of like looks around, just sees the guy at the desk and just you deal with her. Then you're gonna come back to town and you remember when you first got here and you did that whole arena thing and you met the Imperator and the Ducks and the one we're trying to kill and then the guy that's kind of his side hand, I guess you can kind of leads things. Well, that's where you come in. Duxie's the dude that's been paying for all this. The Dragonborn, he works for your brother. We're gonna put him on the throne. From what we understand, there's a secret crypt behind the throne. That key will get you in. This is where the next step is very crucial. When you kill his wife, she has a right to be buried in that grave under the throne. You will have to get into his stronghold without being seen. Once you get in that door and down those stairs, he's by himself. Heavy cement all around. The option's yours. Convince him to leave,
Or take him out.
but make sure he's never seen again. And keep it clean. We can't have a bloody crime scene. It's going to take some finessing.
But this is the only way we could put this Duxie in the Imperial throne and have control of this city without drawing any question. We do this, things are going to start to roll. I will tell you this. Your best bet is once you face him, because he is a brave warrior. He didn't just get that throne. You lock that door behind you and you keep it locked till he's gone. Or you're gone. Because you better believe, after losing the three most important people in his life, he probably isn't going to have much to live for, especially in a fight. And I know you're a big guy, and looking at all those guns, you probably got a good shot.
Occasionally.
But he's got something far more dangerous. The power of Arcana and magic on his side at another level. He's a freaking wizard. A very smart one at that.
Okay.
It'll be a fight as he can even. It's said that he is able to summon 3 fighters of his own as part of his path. This will be a challenge. The situation is set, but you must first eliminate his wife. She will be buried a day's time from when you commit the act because of the rite of passage. The next night, that's when you make your move. You sneak in, you go down the stairs, kill him or commit some doom.
Okay.
So now it's up to you guys to plan. What are you thinking? Get her in her garden? There's poison. Push her off the cliff at the overlook in the afternoon, or at sunrise at the hot springs.
I always find watching falling people always funny.
But remember, it's only like 30 feet up, so if it is, you're doing that when you gotta make the ground and look like the ground game in some ways. Just pushing her is just going that fall is gonna look highly suspicious.
You can get there a day early and start carving the hell out of that mountain.
Sliding in the ground now.
Just put a rug over it, it'll be fine. Um,
I mean, look at your inventory too, because that's the thing too. Is like, think of stealthiness, think of that, think of what you have. We're gonna rock down to Electric Cavern. As you're kind of sitting at the table, as you're kind of sitting at the table, a guy kind of walks in, a drunk blue dragonborn. I need a room. Give me a room. Give me a room. Bet on the road. You're kind of shouting at the at the guy at the desk. And after a moment, she kind of stumbles on past you, kind of up the stairs.
what if
I highly doubt it.
Are there any like way that I could put the dust of sneezing and choking in like a little pellet or something and shoot it at her while she's on that bridge?
Like a marble.
Yeah,
I like the idea. I'm just trying to. What do you use?
that's what I'm. What if I take an acorn?
Do a little side quest search for.
And put the cap on the acorn and use that as like a paintball.
'Cause you got that like slingshot thing,
I love
right?
how creative it is. I'm trying to.
Yeah, I have a sling too.
Yeah. You know, if they're just give good aim and she'll
Because-
squeeze herself off the thing.
Well, she probably has a high constitution.
Sorcerer Warlock.
Yeah. So she'd probably be able to beat that. So that's in the trash. Never mind. What if we put some
I will tell you this.
sovereign
Because
glue
I
on
don't
the
think you listened to yourself when you said it. Because you said probably. You said your really good idea right as soon as I told you it.
the B one?
No, yeah. I'm gonna be honest, if you can figure out a way to do that. That's just me though. You don't have to listen to me, but you were on like a really good track with that. Because you have the blowgun, you have poison, you have it's up to you guys.
Well, either that or we can use the glue bomb, and trap her to that mountain. And that way, when it gives, and then we can do something to make it give away. I can use my smashy smash thing.
I mean, the tremor technically, because the way it shakes the ground, if you're on an overlook, technically the way I designed that could work. Because the way it works is it splits the ground right where you hit the hammer and erodes it. I mean, it would break the overlook. I mean, that would work, based on how I built that attack.
Mm-hmm.
And it is I didn't even think about that. But yeah, that is very
Sounds like a
true.
plan to me.
I forgot that you had that attack.
But we need to go up there before she's there and use the glue bomb. That way she can't move when I'm using this.
I'm a pretty fast climber.
Yeah, you're better than me.
Well, she does that around noon, so she's probably there right now. So you got, you know what I mean. You have
Mm-hmm.
So there's even if you wanted to go shopping right now and like try to get some things or do some things, you have, because if that's the plan you're going with, she goes up there at noon. That's right now, or technically it's like 30 minutes ago.
Or because we have those astral caltrops too. That be enough force damage to the creature and causing it to rise vertically up to 20 feet. So
You're not wrong. It's just if there's any people looking at the overlook.
oh, but she also it also says the creature remains suspended in this way for 1d4 rounds, during which time its speeds become 0. The
Yeah,
effect ends early if the creature takes any damage.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, it floats. It just floats. I really thought you'd use those by now, because those are like a tactical thing to get stuff to stay.
Maybe with dragons.
You can do it from Dragon Hunt. You do at some point. Oh, so just sticking with the quest line on this one, though. It's getting to this point. Yeah, doing a little background stuff.
Because we have that poison too.
Well, that's what I mean. You have a lot. You have many options here. She's in the garden in the evening, so that's coming up if you want to do that. She's in the hot springs in the morning.
Is my glacier pan like consistently cold or
Yes.
frozen or something?
Yeah.
Is it cold enough to freeze the water?
Pull it up for me. you wouldn't mind. I didn't open this.
Because I also have oil of sharpness, so I could put that on the needle.
Yeah, that's what I mean. You have with your inventory, you guys have options. I want you guys to talk this out.
I mean, it's going to be like a weird freak weather increment thing, but freezer in the water. So
I mean, I would say this because it doesn't specify, but I'm gonna say your arms. I'm gonna say it's -30 just because it stays solid.
Mhm.
So for me, I'm gonna play it how it does because when it says it launches the spikes off of it, it's 2D because you can do that, you know it, right?
Oh wait, you said it's a hot spring though, right?
Yeah.
It almost can't.
Hey, but you're thinking. But just for future reference, I'll say this: is like if something does touch that arm, it's taking. It's gonna take ice damage. It's gonna take.
Good to know.
It's gonna take 2d6 cold damage. Because I'm gonna play it out. Because that's what this. Because you have 6 spikes that you can shoot out of your arm. So that's how we'll play it from now on. Because that's how that damages. So I'm gonna play it that way. Is if somebody touches your arm or you touch something, it freezes it 2d6. The range of what it freezes, I'm gonna make you roll a d100.
That's fun.
That's just the easiest way to get a range. Which I'm
Right.
trying. I found a good thing. I don't know if I put it in our group. I'm trying to create a weapon that I saw. I'm stealing it from somebody. So if you see this, it's yours. Okay. But it's a super powerful weapon. It's a magic weapon. Its damage is 1d100. But if you roll 1 to 10, you do 1d100 damage on yourself. It's critical failure.
That's almost worth it.
I don't know.
I mean, well, I should say what the chances of it.
You guys have rolled below 10 a few times on D100. Will especially.
Yeah. At least twice that I remember of.
More than that.
So how
I
do you
rolled a
want,
lot of D100, so.
That's true.
how you want to take this thing out?
That thing.
I only had the one idea, and unfortunately, the hot springs will just sizzle.
Well, right now, if we want to do this fast,
The hot springs is always an option because you could literally. I don't like metagaming, but I'm metagaming. Screw you guys. But you have that. You can literally do the same thing. The lightning rod, because you know she's only got 2 guards. He
Yeah,
said
but
1 to 2 guards.
how much is Tom going to believe that thunderstruck 12 days?
2 ponds that 2 of the officials happen to be swimming in. Yeah.
Oh, Zeus is really.
Hey, I gotta give you credit, Gerard. Give yourself an inspiration token there, because I didn't think about that.
I mean, I could always lie and just say Zeus is pissed for some reason.
But that's it, because that's right. Technically, right now, it's. I mean, you're sitting here, so it's been a little bit, but it's like 1. It's about 1:30 in the evening. So you have about 5 o'clock in the evening, she goes to her garden, and then first thing in the morning she goes to the hot spring, and then at noon she's going to be at the Overlook.
At Overlook Hotel.
I'm giving you a whole big picture because you can also do between these things. This is like the first time I'm really giving you guys a big picture to plan on because I want to see what y'all can come up with. Because there's 10,000 ways you can go.
there's so many options. Let's go to a shop, a weapon shop preferably, and see if they have like some type of blow dart or something inconspicuous, like a needle.
It's fine, man. Back here real quick. So
Because it has to look like an accident. So that needle either has to like disintegrate or go into her where they can't see it.
okay, so
Wait, is there a pet shop nearby?
actually, it's good. This town's actually perfect for that. You haven't been to. There is a store that
By a gator.
it's special. There's a store that specializes in. You guys haven't been here. I totally wrote this down. I didn't realize it's one of the stores you haven't been to. It sells all explosive, all throwable.
I know this
sells
would be
darts and
out of the
stuff.
blue. Is there a pet shop? Like a hunter's pet shop or something?
There is not. See, and this is where it's good you guys don't have a druid at your table, because you would just be like, hey, druid, turn into a big ass boa and eat that thing.
I think I know what I'm putting on my next character.
But no, but that's you. You want to know if there's a place you can get like different darts and stuff like
Yeah.
that? Yeah, there's. You haven't been there. It's called Hendry's Explosive Touch. He has like explosives, throwables, darts, that type of stuff. And he makes that. He's a crafter, so he makes that kind of stuff. So is that where you're wanting to go?
Yeah.
Okay. So you kind of like you build this plan and you kind of think and you kind of remember seeing a sign of like
Because if that gets too sketchy, we can then go plan to do the rock formation thing.
yeah. So
Because we can always back out of doing something.
you kind
How
of
cool that
remember.
dragon is.
Give her the egg.
Gift it to her. Try to
Then it's just time.
move.
I mean, you could, but then you'd be. I'm gonna say this.
But then we probably lose the egg in the process.
Because you're nearly hatched on that thing, believe it or not. 'Cause I've been rolling, so you're nearly hatched. Just so you,
I'm not giving up the baby no more.
nearly can mean a lot of things. It's like the word "soon" in the Bible, though. So, but because this is what I'm gonna say with that. There is an intriguing thought to that, but in that aspect, then it's okay. Now we gotta wait for that egg to hatch. Now we gotta do some side quests. So that's something to think about. Because that's just because the way you guys are playing is just kind of like sticking to the main. There is a bunch of side quest stuff you could do for your city, but that just opened another door for you guys. That's something to think about. It's totally doable though, but then it's now okay. Now we just need this egg to freaking hatch, and then we can continue with our plan.
Don't really want to give up my egg now. Because it's getting close.
Yeah, I'll let you roll. Roll the 100. I usually roll the fan.
One of these. And one of these.
I don't know. I like your.
No.
I will say this. As meta
Maybe.
it,
Oh yeah, you were right.
Will, you're on the right track with plan for the hot spring at that,
33.
you're on the right track. Let's just build a plan for all three and see what. Okay.
Yeah, which one has like the
So,
best
but you
option?
do remember seeing a sign like as you walked into town of what looked like two like katanas being.
Don't I have a map of this place?
No,
I
it's
smashed.
Oculus.
Oh,
I'm going to smash that against your face.
That's the Oculus map.
Oh.
But you kind of continue on.
I'm just collecting town maps from. Oh yeah, this is the town where we're not supposed to act up.
Yeah, this is well, you see it's in kind of disarray right now. But
I was told specifically not to,
yeah.
not to
it's-
cause damage to property, otherwise they'll throw
And
me
then
in
Will
jail.
saw a jail cell on the table and was like, I gotta be on my best behavior. Because he will throw us in jail. I ain't spending 2 sessions trying to get out of a jail cell. But you remember seeing like one of those signs above a shop with it had what looked like two katanas being thrown. And as you kind of like walk through town, it was from where you are, it's across town. You end up walking past the stronghold, where usually the stronghold there's several guards kind of guarding the gate. There's just two guards at the center gate. But you kind of continue on, and you kind of do notice where even like the grounds of the stronghold, where it's just heavy metal fence around it. There's not a lot going on. It's kind of quiet. You don't. There's nobody out and about. Where usually there's somebody out doing something on the stronghold ground. But as you kind of continue on, you stumble on. You can just see it off in the distance. The store, the sign. You kind of stumble up on it. The door is wide open, and before you can even step in, this 5-foot dwarf. You could see him like he's got to be stepping on a stool because it's where it's like the bar is here, but his chest is like here. So and he's like, "Hey, fine gentlemen,
What can I serve you with? You need some throwables, you need some boom booms, you need some darts. What you need?
I'm looking for. How do I put this?
A dart of the size of a bee's needle.
Yeah, something.
You mean your robot friend's pecker? Oh!
I mean, if that would work, I'd probably use it.
Sorry, man. I just like to poke fun at robots. You guys are something else. So, you're looking for a specialty dart.
Yes. Something not to where if it got stuck in something, it wouldn't necessarily be found.
That sounds like a challenge. Cause I see him like kind of.
Either it disintegrates,
You know,
melts.
I may have something. Yeah, you know what? Give me a moment. Is there anything else you're looking for? I mean, like any. I got everything. I got dynamite. I got grenades. I got throwing axes. I should name it. I like to sell my wares. But just give me a minute while I step. He like gets down, and it's at this moment you realize he's literally 5 feet tall, and he's not like that. Puffiness of his chest was just straight up him like doing this as he gets down, and you see it. He's just like this slinky guy, and he like gets down, and kind of stumbles back, and kind of you can hear him like the metal chink. Grabs a box. I never thought I'd sell these, but kind of sets it down on a table, blows the dust off it, opens it. Your robot friend here is actually might know something about these. I hate to say this, but these were actually used on your folk by those folk. So what these are,
Just looked over and smiled.
it's you were looking for something that disintegrates, vanishes. It's essentially that, and you see like grabs it. It's this transparent, not like plastic transparent, but it's almost glass, but it doesn't have that like glimmer of glass. And he kind of puts it up. And you see there's this liquid running through it, and it kind of like as he tilts it, you see it kind of going back and forth. And it's the size of like a .10 lead is what it is. And you could just see the little bit of liquid flowing through it. I got these. I got two of them. What they are is supposedly they interact with blood, and when they interact with blood, it creates a chemical erosion, if you will. Untraceable on the outside, but it just disintegrates whatever it hits on the inside. Maybe no more than a little prickly bruise. The container itself vanishes. Like I said, I got two. I've had them for probably about 20 years. I don't usually sell them, but I also don't get requests like that. And he big old grin on his face. So I mean, I might be willing, but you're gonna have to make an offer because as you saw the layer of dust on these, and you could tell by the look on my face, I have a precarious feeling for these things. And I do know as a fact anybody who used these things wasn't up to any good. So in a way, you're also kind of, I have a feeling, asking me to, how you say, remain silent.
Sits there and grumbles.
So you gonna make me an offer?
Well, he's thinking,
He
I'm
sets it back in the container. And he
Usually,
starts to kind of close it a little bit.
okay. Usually in this situation, I would threaten you but considering you're a proprietor of weapons and booms, I'm not going to do that.
Let me be honest with you, friend. This may be an uphold and tight city where they ain't afraid to arrest a man. But I'm pretty sure you can understand what I mean when I say crime is fun. And sometimes risks are just worth the rewards. I don't judge. I just supply.
Can I do an insight check to see if he would actually stay quiet?
Absolutely. That's the perfect way to use an insight check.
11.
You feel pretty comfortable.
Okay.
Go ahead and roll again. You want to give it a try, Carl?
Sure.
Yep.
And then
So
with
you got that vibe off. You're like, okay, I feel like he's being honest.
with that
Frog seeing you kind of look him over is like, and he kind of does his little robot thing. I'm like, I'm gonna read his heart. You know what I mean? That like,
I'm gonna read
I can hear. You know what I mean? The robot skill, and he's gonna with the same
skill.
question.
Insight.
Yeah. Okay. You were just a little
Definitely
low.
casting guidance on myself. 8.
Same thing. You look at this dude, and you're just
Even
like,
with guidance?
Yeah.
you look at
I
him.
only got a +1 on
Cogs, you're kind of confused at why you did that, and then you like look at him and you're like, seems okay. You look at Ralph. It's
Okay. So I'm definitely interested in these.
good to hear.
You own this shop, correct?
And the ground under it.
That's good to know. Would you be willing to come work for our little
town.
stronghold kind of thing we got going on? Maybe train some of these so-called bandits?
You see like this intrigue in his face.
Ha, ha, ha. I got a nat 20 on that.
Persuasion check.
Yeah, +1, so
Kind of looks at you. You know, been looking for a change of scenery. It would be nice to get out in the field again. You training boys? You're into some bigger things than I even thought, huh?
yeah, you could say that.
Baby. Who's asking?
So what's the offer then? You know what? Kind of. What is your
Wisdom?
no?
Insight is wisdom.
Yes. What is your wisdom?
Uh,
15.
my, yeah, 15.
Say I was to take you up on this opportunity. Is there any kind of pay? I mean, I'd have to find somebody to run this here shop because this still makes me a ton of money. But if I was interested, I guess my question is what is my what's my chances of reimbursement advancement, if you will? Because, and this is where he kind of like drops the like shopkeep act a little. You kind of start to see like this dude's a criminal. He's a criminal. He really is a criminal. And you kind of see it, and he's like, care what I make?
No, you can make whatever you want, and
tell
I
you,
can help you find the materials, and we will give you the people to help find you.
he gets this big old grin on his face.
I just need these two things.
Here's the deal. I was gonna charge you. I was just playing with you, and I was gonna ask for 100,000 because that's truthfully what the value of these things is. But you done did make me an offer, you and your quiet robo friend over there. And I see bigger dollars in the future with you because there's something about you that just says a criminal with a dream in the drive. Michelle, that's how many of the people with crowns got and where they're at, you know what I mean? So you got a new city, you said you got some bandies that need some training. You're gonna let me build whatever I want. I've got some big ideas that city gates won't let me build because I might blow up a block of the towns. But I mean, if you're willing to let me work, you give me 20,000 gold right now. I will give you both of these vials. I will give you them 10 sticks of dynamite I have sitting on that shelf right there. I will get somebody to run my shop for me so I can keep making money, and I'll hook my ass to wherever you need it. 20,000. That's all I need. I'll meet you up there. With that 20,000, I'll get myself set up. Cause oh man, you guys got forge, you got a forge in your city? Yeah.
Yeah.
You make weapons.
Oh yeah,
Sell
yeah,
weapons.
yeah. Yeah, we even have a supply of iron,
Well, it sounds like a good
and you
deal.
could probably make us some money too by making better weapons than what we're making now.
Well, you got some shitty builders up there?
They're bandits.
Is that true?
They make sharp, pointy sticks.
Crap. See, I grew up on a forge. Daddy had me on it when I was 12. And that's when, you'd be in a forge long enough, you wanted to become criminal. Started stealing horses. But, so here's the deal. I told you, you give me 20,000 gold, I'm all yours, my friend. These vials, those 10 sticks of dynamite, it's all yours.
Well, I do got 103,000 in the group inventory.
Do an metagaming, I have to do it though. Do an investigation check on the dynamite that are sitting on the shelf.
Okay. 15.
You kind of look over. Are you rolling investigation too? Okay.
25.
You both. Oh, this is perfect. You both kind of look over at this dynamite, and you immediately
One of our heads
catch
swivels towards it.
where the average stick of dynamite is like that, and it's probably about 12 inches long. These are 16-inch sticks that are like this, like double, almost triple the size.
Got some gunpowder back
You
there?
got like ogre dynamite?
I like clearing paths in mountains. It's the best. Hey, the best materials in the middle. I hate digging. Okay. You
True.
said you like boom. I fucking love boom. Okay. If I could snort fucking black powder, I'd snort black powder.
Doesn't end up well.
No, it don't. It burns like hell.
Okay.
All right. So 20,000.
I say 20,000,
Okay.
yeah.
So
Can you
just
take that off the...
Yep.
so just write this down just to have it. Is you use your blowgun. The way this works is it is immediately 20d12 damage. It's a lot of freaking dice.
I was gonna say I don't have 20
That's
D12s,
what
but
I
I
mean.
got that bag.
And then the big thing is it paralyzes for 5 minutes when it first hits. And then, like I said, with the violin and it fuses with the blood, and it becomes it'll look like a little bruise, but on the inside it's decay. This is another thing I actually stole from another one.
Got any gunpowder back there?
You need gunpowder? What are you looking for specifically? Just regular gunpowder?
Pretty much. I'm fixing some stuff up.
Well, shoot, I'm getting ready to, thanks to you, I'm getting ready to head to the city. Where's that? We never just talking to. Hey, wait, is it that band camp to the north? Like a couple days to the north? They're up in that. She knows Jack.
I'm the king now.
Dude.
I'm the captain now.
Such an odd. Comes off all harbor. It's just
He's something else.
it's but he gets all excited. He's like, "You want? I got a 10-pound bear, just a full black powder. Shoot for you, my friend. How's it going? It's 20. It's 20.
Yep.
Okay.
But
Kind of drags it.
since you're going to head back to our camp, just take that back to our artificial spicer for us if you can.
I could do what? Do we need anything else?
You can take whatever you think we'll need eventually.
Well, I just bring on most of my.
So how
tools.
much was that?
1,000. I mean, I got a little bit of some wicks and stuff like that. That probably help, right? I just got to leave a little bit for inventory for the next month. But I'll let you know what I get when I see you there.
And I got one more favor.
I'm listening.
You see one of those dynamites that you gave us?
Yeah.
There's this little cliff over here that certain people tend to walk up and down every day.
I would say if you were to properly place 2 of those in the middle of the mountain, the Mount Peak wouldn't exist anymore.
That would be kind of the idea. So,
So the damage on this dynamite, this one's gonna make wood wet. 30d6. This is leveling dynamite.
I didn't have a heart on now. I do now.
This take sticks and you make a crater.
This is something of Wimp's like wet
Yes.
dreams.
Yes. But he's like, but if there's anything else, I'm gonna start packing my stuff and I guess I'm heading north.
Place those and leave a wick to where I could see it. Where I would know where it's at.
Into the mountain?
Yeah.
That you're asking him to set him?
Yeah.
I mean, what?
And I'll throw in another 2,000 gold for you.
Wait, what mountain are we talking? Are we talking to the ones just before up north, or or is it that one just from the hot springs?
From the hot springs, right?
Yeah, it's because the hot springs all the way north and
Yeah.
come back. Yeah, like literally, she goes all the way south, comes back, and goes up
Mhm.
the hot spring on the way back.
Yeah.
Oh, that one. Oh, you're really making it so I can't really come back to see. You realize if I partly, you're really involved in like you see all of a sudden you kind of realize what you're involved in, and he's like,
Don't worry. We'll have a whole bigger new city that you'll be a part of.
And you'll be gone before it goes home anyways.
I mean, but there's not. If I do what I say, because I'd have to post at least 2 sticks here and maybe 2 sticks here, because you just want to bring down the top half. That's what you're telling me.
Mm-hmm.
That top half's gonna fall on the city. I mean, I'm all for it. The only other option is I go to the other side, but then the hot spring goes, and we maybe screw some things up there. But I mean, I did. And he kind of stopped. Are you using me to do your dirty work?
No, you're just a backup plan.
Well, if you want my honest opinion, if you're really
And you'll be long gone before it explodes anyways.
my suggestion, it sounds like you're just trying to blow off the top of this mountain for some reason.
Yeah, it looked at me weird.
inanimate object, but okay, I guess you orcs have your own feelings. But I suppose if just you rightly placed one, probably 15 feet down, you could probably get it to roll, and it just the way that mountain is, it just maybe break the gate. I mean, you're talking leveling half a mountain, we're gonna lose like a block of city. I mean, you see what these cities been into. I don't know what's going on. They keep saying people are dying, and first it was the like seer, and then we got a guy struck by lightning while he was swimming naked. I mean,
He also had a little boy trapped, so
jeez, I shouldn't be surprised. You know what they say about politicians.
yeah.
Yeah, fuck me, YouTube. You know I'm right.
Um. So will you place this?
I mean, I'll do one. I can't risk this whole city. My business.
No, just the half that goes into the hot spring.
I mean, I could do that. It's
Remember, you'll be making a whole bunch more money between shop and the bandit camp. Did we name that place?
Geralt.
Gear.
Gearhold, yeah. Our new settlement.
I mean, I can't see it outside. I'm gonna be out of town for a few days because I'll be setting up there.
They'll never know it was you. Because you're out of town.
Here's what I can do. There's a trail that leads up to the top of it from the hot spring. I can bury about 3/4 of the way up. Off to the left of the trail, there's a huge rock formation that kind of like people like to lay on and look up the stars as they kind of continue to the top. For the top, have you been up there?
No.
Okay, well, see the top. It is kind of funny. It was almost oddly, it's like a natural like tower to overlook the city. So the top actually does go and then kind of flattens out. People like to sit up there. I think if you, with what you're asking me to do, if I was to, you want a string long enough, what I could do is just off of that formation, I could run that string to about the 3/4 point, bury it just off the trailhead to the left, and have that string run behind that rock. It'll give you the clearance to where you can get that rock and get the hell out, get behind that rock, light it, and get the hell out of Dodge with a little bit of back wall. So if something does come rolling your way, I'm gonna do this even though I don't want to. You're not Indiana Jones Temple of Doom. I had to. But that's because it's gonna you're wanting to roll it into the with the hot spring, which to me is the right way to go, and you're gonna use the path. So you're gonna have to stick to that behind that rock and go down, or that thing's gonna roll right over your ass.
Oh, and this is just a contingent plan.
Absolutely. That I just my suggestion is as you're walking up, look up on the ground as you pass that rock formation to your left. You'll see. You should. I'll make sure that it's kind of the wire sitting up on the backside of the rock so you can see the end. But I'm gonna bury the rest. So all you have to do is kind of whip it. That dynamite stick's going to be right up to its wick under the ground. Right kind of light. Take 30 seconds. So as soon as you light that thing, you get out of Dodge.
Okay.
That's all I can do for you boys. I wish you luck, and I hope to see you in your new city. Let's make some business. Let's make some money. Criminal enterprise on 3. 1, 2, 3. Criminal enterprise. So they're like, I'll go grab some heroes.
See, because now I just set up all three
Okay.
possibilities.
So I gotta mark this because this dude works for you now. You guys are doing what I said to do. You finding people, and that was actually a good one.
Well, why the hell would I want to?
I was looking forward to the climb.
I'm bad at climbing.
Well, it's a pathway that goes up. You just gotta.
I wanted to climb.
But that
Okay.
doesn't
Okay, so with
doesn't
that-
mean we would be able to hide it well enough to where they wouldn't see it, or
Ever since I was a little robot, I dreamed of being a spider monkey. Just
Okay, so about now it's about.
you know you were the same size, right?
Mhm.
At all your
I-
existence.
You just reminded me of I don't know why Talladega Nights. That's 3 pounds, 11 ounces, baby Jesus. He was a grown man with a beard. Not in my mind, he wasn't. He was a baby. So, okay, I will say this. It is evening time, and it's about 5 o'clock right now. Sun has started to set. Is there anything you want to do, or do you just want to go ahead and rest and go into the next morning?
definitely need a roast.
Yeah.
You need to go ahead and rest?
Oh.
Okay, because then you can just go right
Because
into.
I only had 12 health points.
Oh, really? Oh, that's right.
I was waiting for the long rest.
Well, you got the town in like midday, so I
Right.
just played it.
All right.
Okay.
See, I even have a backup plan now.
I can't wait. Okay.
Because something's bound to not go how I want it to go.
Well, she's only got a few guards, so it's like
Well, they'll be.
just hope your DM rolls bad.
That's
But they haven't been rolling great the last. That's not bad. Okay. But okay, so you awake the next morning. The plan set in action. You are hoping that he had placed that stick of dynamite. Everything is set, ready to go. You know in the morning she's in that hot spring. You are up just before the dawn, before she gets up there. You headed to the hot spring? What's your plan? Where are you headed? Hot spring? Overlook?
yeah,
Hot spring?
yeah.
Yeah, 'cause you're up before the sun this morning because you revved and ready to go. So go ahead and just roll me. I'm gonna say both of you just roll me a d20. Just do one d20 because it's not too far away.
11.
4.
Okay. You kind of start to head out of town, and at this point, you're like in the far northwest corridor of the town. This is where the shop's at. So as you're kind of coming down south and towards the gate, you kind of notice this morning, where yesterday people were a little more skittish, you see there's a few more people out, but there's still that skittishness where it's like, as you kind of walk people past people, there's that like uncomfortableness. And where the day before the guards were kind of just like chaotically kind of, you're noticing that there's some semblance of posts. As where before there's guards everywhere, is now you're like, oh, there's 2 guards on that corner. And as you kind of continue to walk a couple blocks, there's a couple more right there. The guards have it seems like some kind of control has come over, or some kind of lead has come over it. And even as you start to get towards the gate, that body of the dude with the sword that was just laying there, it's gone. The dude with the bow is there, and you see there's a guy who's kind of like up close to him. He's just a dwarf, probably about 5'5", compared to the other guy who's about 6 foot. A 6 foot black dragonborn. But you see him up to him, and he's like got his shoulder pad, and he's like, all right, don't screw this up. And you see this as like you walk up on him. Don't screw this up. It's your first day on the job. The last guy died right there. All right? So watch your head for arrows and be careful. And he just kind of like goes like this. And oh, hey guys.
Cards are Ralph. $10 is going to die by the end of tonight.
What are the odds?
That's the thing.
The dude, the dwarf, just like what? And he goes, and like in this moment, you see why. It's like he looks very young for a dwarf, and he kind of looks at you, and he like quickly draws his short sword. He's like, why are you leaving the game? Why are you? And the dragonborn's like, dude, just calm down, okay? They're allowed out, all right? I know you're new. They're just you're gonna get acting like this is gonna get you killed faster than the last guy, and he was smart. God, and he kind of looks up, and mind you, he's right here, and he's just like he looks at you, and he's like, "Freaking children, man, children. You know, why can't I get the old guys? All right, they always put me with these new recruits." But this guy's headed out of town today.
Sure,
Yeah.
I am.
All right, well, be safe. Um, just watch yourselves. Creatures have actually been kind of quiet overnight, so wouldn't have to worry about too much there. But if you go to the hot springs, right now's the time for the queen's lady, for the imperator's lady gets there. It's that water in the morning with the sun coming up and the moon going down. It's whew. I would suggest that. And have you guys been to the ocean yet?
No,
Dude, you should really check out the ocean. It's
He's a robot. He don't get along with water.
that's why I always say no to those.
and then that other dude kind of tunes in. Oh, I love the ocean. Yeah, my family owns some boats. The Black Dragonborn. I didn't ask your opinion.
No one gives a shit what you want.
You're blue. You're green. Just be green. Okay. Just stand and look like you're strong.
Lean towards Ralph. I'm just like, this
And you kind of
doesn't remind
kinda-
anybody here.
you kind of see. You kind of see like the dwarf kind of like straighten himself up, and you do notice at that moment that like his plate armor just kind of like yeah, it's a little too big, and he's like, and tries to, and like now he's getting all serious, like okay, fine, and he's just standing there, and the Black Dragonborn just
I just slowly reach out my finger, just try to plop him. Just
he kind of pulls, hey, he pulls his sword a little. The Black Dragon, hey, no, 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 kind of puts it away. Can you not harass him, please?
but it drew.
He's so green. All right.
But it drew.
The dude last night, a freaking dog walked past us, and he drew his sword and tried to stab. All right, he's too new at this stuff.
Did he just kill it?
You see that dog anywhere?
Well, you could have pulled him off the night before.
They left the other guy there for a whole
Oh,
day.
shit.
You think they're gonna take away a dog?
I was hoping, what? I can take it.
But he's like, he kind of looks at you. Just the sun's coming up. Just be safe. I'm sorry about the new guy. I really am. I'm trying to train him. Freaking new guys, new.
It's understandable.
But yeah. So just watch yourself. But anything else you want to say? And we just continue on.
No.
Okay. You kind of continue, and you do as you're like walking away. You get about 15 feet away, and then you just start hearing, "Dude, you can't be doing this stuff." He just like starts berating him again, and you hear, and then like even as you're like 20 feet away, and you can just barely see the glimmer, you hear it as like, "You moron!"
I feel his pain.
But as you kind of continue on, it's actually a really nice like early morning walk as the sun like it's that moment where it's still dark, but the sky starts to take on that pinkish, like yellowish color where the sun is just starting to break the horizon. And as you're kind of walking, you begin to notice probably about 20 feet ahead, you see what looks like it's a little walk up, and then it's just like a mountain, but you see the steam rising from above it. But it's probably about you see like it's a from what you could see from the 20 feet you're away, it's probably about like a 30, 40-foot trail that like weaves up it like this, straight into it. And you can even kind of see as you walk up, as it sits kind of like on an angle like this, you can see that trail literally just walks right into the hot spring. This is a perfect music.
Okay, so we're gonna walk up that trail and see if we can find where that wick was.
The string or whatever.
Okay. Yeah, because the way to think of it is like this. It's like the the hot springs here. The trail starts down here. So you have the hot spring where the water goes in. The trail continues up, and it weaves, but it weaves up like this is the mountain. It goes like this, so it weaves kind of like this. So you're down here right now, so you want to go up here. So okay. So you kind of go up and you start to walk up and you get to right at the hot spring. You like look down and you can see it, crystal clear water, and it's definitely hot. You kind of occasionally see the bubbles, just the natural bubbles of it, and you can kind of feel it as like the heat that rises off it, steam. You know, you get a little rusty. You know, you kind of feel that like you get a little, oh shit, need my oil can. But Ralph, you're like the facial hair on your face and that you're kind of like as it like you're, that super gets super soft and lush, and you're just like kind of absorbing. You're kind of looking around. You're both kind of looking cogs. You're just more kind of squeaky now. But you look up and you see where the path kind of weaves and continues up. And as you're looking up at the trail, you notice where the trail does, it kind of goes like, and it goes and it climbs. You notice at about 3/4 of the way, you see like almost what looks like a protruding rock off of the side. It sits at an angle like this. So it's like all of a sudden there's a massive rock like here. To where you can't see the top here, but you could clearly see like the path goes, weaves in front of it and continues up. So, but you're kind of looking, and at this moment, from where you're standing down by the hot spring, you do not see that wick. It's just, if it's there, it's too far. And the way this is to be honest with you, is you could do either of your options right here because of the way it's, you know what I mean? You got the hot spring here, so she's going to go there, then she's going to. So what would you like to do? Perception check, find somewhere to hide, or what?
Yeah, probably. Perception check.
You're just going to stay there. Anything specific you're looking for?
Just enough coverage so we can.
Tree, bush.
Okay. Perception. That's close to
It's like the third time I've done this today. Roll with advantage and get the same damn number.
Really?
16.
16?
Okay, I need some confusing.
15.
So you kind of start to look around, and Cogs, you're kind of more like you're standing a bit sideways. You kind of and you look back, and where you kind of walked up the trail, you notice where the trail kind of weaves into the water a bit. You see, like right to the back of the trail, there's like this. There's bushes. I'll say that there's about these 8-foot bushes, probably very like puffy, definitely unkempt, but they're probably 8 feet tall. Can't see behind him at the moment, but you can definitely tell just from like the mountain that's behind it, from like perspective, that there might be some space. How much space behind the bushes in the between the bushes and the mountain, you don't know. But like just that like perspective of looking at it, you can tell like the bush ends right. You know what I mean? Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Sir, go ahead and try to slide myself into that bush.
And you slide into the bush. So Cogs, you kind of start to move up, and Ralph, you see this as Cog kind of like steps up and looks at this bush. You actually turn around and you see this as he is all of a sudden sliding in this bush. As you go into this bush, you kind of step in, and for a moment you're like, oh, okay. You're going through it, and all of a sudden it's like, it's thorns. So you're going through it, and it's staying tight, and you're like having a, and you're scraping yourself through. And as you kind of, where you can see it, and you like get through, and there's probably about 1.5 foot space between this 8-foot bush, tall bush, and the mountain face. So it's about that. You can like you turning and with you just putting your mouth back to the mountain, you have tons of space back there. But at the same time, like you kind of look down as you like get through, you are just scratched up as you take 16 piercing damage. Ow! You hear that from the other side of the bushes. You turn around.
I done messed up.
You gotta watch where you're stepping.
So what do you want to do? I was hoping one of you would dive in the water.
Chase it for me.
How long can I hold my breath?
You do have a thing that gives you. One of you does.
Yeah, but I ain't touching that water.
No, there's somebody has something that gives you magic, that gives you water breathing.
I think I do.
Somebody, I know one of you do.
So I was going to take it, then I found out I don't like water, and then so I didn't take it.
Hold her under. Trap her foot under him.
Yeah, because we need to start a Jason legend here.
Hey, I just give ideas. I just try
I think I do. I don't know.
seeing it. There's like so many minutes. So you're just staring at the water right now, Ralph. What would you like to do? Cogs, you're behind this bush. What are you doing behind the bush, buddy? You rubbing your scars? Squirting a little oil?
Pretty much just like, damn it, damn
Yeah, you hear that squeaking noise of him opening his gut flap, and you're.
Nah.
What was that?
Might want to find a place to take cover before she gets here.
Yeah, buddy.
Oh,
Sticking.
yeah. I guess I'll go hide in a bush and watch where I'm stepping.
Watch her.
There's no watching where you're stepping. It's you're going through this bush and taking. Okay, just so you know.
I'm just gonna be like Homer and just.
Yeah. All of a sudden, Ralph, you're sitting there, you're standing with your back, and all of a sudden you just see like this greenish gray blob, just like. I don't know, 16 points of piercing damage. Ralph, you know. As you push yourself through this bush, and the thorns kind of just like scratch your back.
Hey, does this make us bush buddies?
So you're now back to back, or back to the mountain. The sun is coming up. At the moment, you hear nothing. But after a short while, you start to hear like the of like soldiers' armor. That's the heavy sway, the sword and the just the metal chest plate. And then you ever so slightly, ah, just stay down there. I'll only be a few moments. I'll call you when I head up. And then you can hear the ever light footsteps, kind of just on the other side of the bush. What would you like to do? See, this is how I know we think very differently, because I'm the guy that would be like, I'm tackling it. It's your next move, guys. As you start to hear all of a sudden like the not splash, but that like we hear somebody go into water.
Caw, caw.
Yeah. The I guess is the way to put it. And you hear the of like when hot water hits you. The sigh.
I'm just keeping an eye on things, just trying to stay visible.
Are you trying to see through to see what's happening?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna say this. Give me a perception check at disadvantage because you're trying to look through the bush. I'll give you that, but I'm gonna say you're gonna kind of put disadvantage. Yeah, 20?
Double net 20s.
You really?
Really?
Cool, I'll give this to you then. You kind of like having
I love it.
Fuck.
now know those thorns. Ralph or Cogs, you kind of like take your robot hand and you're like ice arm, and it kind of like freezes it, so where there's just like the little leaf of the front in front of your face, so you just kind of like ever so slightly with your other arm look, and you see in the water her gown is dropped just outside of the hot spring, and all you see is she's in the hot spring. This I'm gonna do it for you. The steam is rising, and all you see is like the long brown hair and like her shoulders just above the water.
That's that Rich High. Dun, dun, dun.
That movie made a lot of men in the old days, back in the 70s and 80s. You don't even. That's a great movie.
That wore out a lot of VHS tapes.
That stop moment. So you tell him that he doesn't know that. You saw that.
You just hear heavy breathing. No, but I'm just like,
No, if you're a robot, you got. What is this feeling? Want a cigarette? That's your first robo erection.
Okay.
so I just turned around. I was just like, yo, she's in the water. This is our chance. Blow this thing up and let's tumble down her.
What's the play?
I look to the side. Ding, ding, ding. Anybody in there?
Okay. Is she within 60 feet of us?
Yeah, she's about 50 feet.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to use the wand of paralysis on her.
Okay, so what is it? Is that a what save?
It's a DC 15 Constitution
And it's
save.
a disadvantage because she's not aware. Give me a different dice. I want to roll something different.
Roll ones. I don't care.
All right, so she fails. Oh, I rolled really bad.
Okay, so she's paralyzed. Now,
You're still watching. All of a sudden, the body just like
Starts sinking.
yes.
or like, doesn't she have guards with her?
She told him to stay at the bottom.
And we're at the top, right?
Remember, it's that first path that's like 20 feet up to the
Will we
spring.
pass the guards
When you go
if
down
I-
that path, yes.
to the spring?
You're at the spring right now.
Okay.
Like,
Okay.
here's the spring. She's swimming in it. The bush you're in's like right here. So you just did that. You paralysis. She was in the water here. The guard's down here, down at the bottom of the path. He doesn't see any of this.
I'm going to go to the water and cast a touch of poison, which is you reach out and whisper under your breath a secret word or phrase to tap the food or drink you wish to poison. When you do,
You do have that, don't you?
yeah,
And it makes it heavily poisoned.
yes,
And you're just gonna touch the water.
yep,
So you turn the hot spring into a poison.
yeah, poison hot spring.
And naturally speaking, it's possible. You're a freaking genius. Okay, so what does it say?
Damn, I just bought all that crap I didn't need.
What else does it like? What else does it say? Is there like any like damage, save, anything like that? Just so.
Okay.
I forgot you had.
Once you tap the item that will be poisoned, it will look as if it hadn't been touched at all. If you are detected, the target gets to roll an investigation check, but she's paralyzed, so she doesn't.
Yeah. Okay. But
It-
okay, so you go through the tree. So you're
Upon
gonna take.
drinking the poison, they must make a Constitution saving throw. If they succeed, but doesn't say what the Constitution saving throw is.
What's your cons? 15. Okay, this will go up. So
That's what I would
listen to this.
assume.
So you're gonna take damage for going. You're pushing back out of the bushes. This is where it's crazy. I rolled 5d6s and 4 of them are 2s. So 2, 4, 6, 8 plus 5 is 13 points of
I
damage.
completely appreciate it.
So you watch as all of a sudden he like kind of goes through subtly back through the bushes. And as he does, you watch as because you're still looking.
I'm getting the shit kicked out of me by bushes.
He walks over and he watches. He's
It's
like,
those ones with like the thorns that big.
yep. He walks over and he like just touches the water. And for a moment, you watch Ralph. Actually, go ahead and give me a perception check, Ralph, since you're right over the water.
23.
So you're kind of looking, and you're looking at the water, and you're looking it over, and you're like trying to see where you think she went down. Cause he saw her go under. You did, but you kind of look, and you do. All of a sudden, you see bubbles. Like not a lot, but you see some bubbles, and they're kind of watching you for a moment. Then nothing.
She drowned.
You kind of hear like of the guard on the other side, down below, kind of just moving a little, but not like coming up towards you. And then all of a sudden, the paralysis wears off as all of a sudden you see the body back up and just lifeless.
You're a big guy.
Give me a
big stone
perception,
thrown on top of her.
because where you're at, you might be able to spot the guard right now.
25.
25. So you're kind of like, you're looking at the water, and you kind of like, just to like make sure she, like, it's clear as you can see that she's dead. So you kind of like peek yourself up on your toes a bit, and you kind of like scan over. You notice there is just one guard. He is not even heavily armed. All he has is a dagger on his waist, and he's just wearing an iron chest and like Roman, like the kilt leather type stuff. This is not by any means like a legit heavy guard. This is definitely just like a protector, but just one. Like, what are you doing? Because at the moment you're still in the bushes. You coming out? You see this is like you see this all of a sudden, like he touches the water. A few minutes go by, he's just standing there. And then he's looking, and then all of a sudden you see that body, just as he did, rolled up, back up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'll just try to carefully retrace since he was the bigger guy. Try to trace my way out. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna say this thing. Your damage will depend on this thing. Give me a dexterity save. Smart move. It'll change your damage if you roll it though.
Dexterity save?
Yes. Why does the music keep stopping?
17.
17?
Yep.
Okay, so you're gonna take care. Yeah. You take 8 points of damage. And as you kind of step through, you see Cogs, or you see Ralph. What is your reaction, Ralph? Is all like he comes bursting, like not bursting, but like urgently
Swiftly.
kind of going through, coming back out. How do you react after you just notice this like guard down below?
I get his attention and tell him to be quiet somehow. I don't know how.
Well, he's looking at you because the way he came out, he followed your path, so he's directly looking at you. So like you heard him, so you would have turned around. So that you guys definitely caught eye. So he did. He kind of was just like, okay. So what's your plan of this? I would say escape here.
How's the guard looking? Like, what direction is he looking?
You're not sure. He saw him, and he just noticed he's looking back towards.
So this brings technically at the top of the hill then too, right?
No, it's down from the hill.
Oh, it's down. Okay.
I always give notes to Will, so I'm gonna give this one to Gerard.
You mean the guard or you?
Yeah.
All right. So,
Because, like I said, he doesn't look like a regular guard.
and I don't see the guard yet, right?
No.
So I'm going to try and look at
Ralph?
Ralph, and I'm going to be like, because he's telling me shush, so I'm just like, where? Like, trying to point it out. Like, where? I don't see him.
He's around there, down there.
So I just sneakily just sort of shrouded, just try to move, see if I can see this guard.
Okay, so go ahead. Just give me a stealth check. So you're going to kind of go, like, to the edge of the trail to see back? Okay.
Right.
Okay.
Stealth. Advantage. And of course, I think in this situation, I'm going to go ahead and cast Guidance.
Oh, my proficiency's +4 now? I've been doing math wrong now.
Oh, yeah, you're level 9.
So, stealth plus
I was
3.
adding +3
Net
still.
20, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27.
Dirty. Dirty, dirty. But you kind of, Ralph, you see his cards all of a sudden, like, kind of gets low. Kind of like walks over to the edge of the trail. See him kind of like reach over and looking down. Cogs, you look, and as you see, you kind of look at the end of the trail, and right at the end, on the right side of the trail, you see this guard. Same description as he got. Just a light plate armor, a small dagger on his side, and like a leather kilt. And then just some like leather sandals. Skinny. Really probably has no business being a guard. What would you like to do?
How far am I away from him?
At this point, it's probably about 10 feet.
Can I look for a rock?
Investigation.
Well, I'm just, since my laser pistol is silent anyways, I'm just going to quickly, no, not quickly, but just slowly pull it out of its holster, aim it right for his back of its head, and pull that trigger.
Okay.
How's that gonna look like an accident? The guard gets killed?
He's going to go missing. And the laser will colorize the wound and nothing. So,
You got a back.
is there an advantage on stealth?
Yes. Yeah, you will have advantage.
If anything, use your fucking inspiration anyways.
Net 20.
Critical hit. If you ever needed it, it's right now.
Because
He
doesn't that give
does-
you a special...
Not for the laser pistol.
Not
Oh.
a laser pistol.
I thought that's
The
the 9.
lives. Oh yeah,
It-
that would have been done.
No, but does give an extra 7 damage.
I mean, like I said, it's a plain guard. He doesn't. This dude is like.
I literally was just gonna knock him out with a rock.
My pistol got hungry. 7, 8. No, that's 10 right there.
I'm curious. The crit's gonna make a difference.
6, 11, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 27, 28, 29, 37.
37.
You just do 74 points of damage?
Yeah.
It like the beam soaks into him and he just fucking vaporizes.
Oh, no, Gelf, you didn't see this coming. Like he was kind of like just rogued on you. All of a sudden, you like look at the guard and you just watch his beam, front of the head, back of the head, through the front of the head as he just face down into the dirt. It cauterized it clean through. Like,
And while he's staring at that direction, you just see me just swiftly run towards the rest of the way towards him with the bag of holding to
It's just
scoop him up.
scooping. Okay.
Jesus Christ.
He's gonna make some creature, and then you're gonna come back to air again, and some woman's gonna be like, "Yeah, you easily you get him into that bag of holding. You close that bag of holding. You guys are in the clear at the moment.
Okay, we're just gonna.
You know, you
I
know.
tail it out.
I'll say this: you now know. I'm actually.
It's been the next day, right?
Well, you need a day between killing her and.
Right.
Remember, he sets up.
But
the
it's been a
funeral.
day since we teleported into town,
Yes,
correct?
yeah.
We can teleport back into town now. Because it recharges
Back
after
to
a day.
your town?
No, back into town.
You're only like.
But that way no one sees us.
I mean, true.
We can go back to
Well,
the
they
shop.
leave.
But you also got to roll high on your D100 though. To know
Okay.
what you want because you're specifically because remember you own a piece of land in this city too. You own a house. Remember?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, well,
So is that specifically where you're targeting in Aragon?
yeah, sure.
Roll high.
No, you missed that. Oh, that's zero.
I don't know. How does that work?
400's confused me.
Is that an 8 then?
So you're 20 miles outside.
We literally go 2 feet in front of us.
Yep. That's exactly what happens. Because the way the radius is, yeah, that's exactly what happens. Because you weren't traveling that far, so it's like here's the bottom of you're like
So here I'm getting excited. Also, just disappointment.
yeah, the hot spring is literally like you are 40 feet to the north of the hot spring now.
Okay, let's just get back.
Just going back to Aragon.
Yeah.
And on our way back, I'm just going to scan for squirrels or birds.
Squirrels, birds, nuts.
Perception check.
Perception check.
No, I don't.
Give me 3 of them.
3 of them.
Mhm.
First one's 10. 17. I'll make that one. And skills, perception, 5. So that's 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 for that. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 for that. 16, 22, 25, 26 for that.
You do.
You find a squirrel, a chipmunk, and a rabid raccoon.
No, you do see a swarm of ravens as you walk back to town. Probably about 20 of them, just in a big like kind of roosting around a tree. I guess is the way to.
Can I try to line up my shot with the pistol and try to get at least more than one hit off of them?
You could certainly try.
Okay.
You want to do anything while you're doing this? I'm just gonna sharpen my hammer.
19.
I'm gonna throw a rock at him.
After
See if I can get 2 birds with 1 stone.
do it.
Seeing that he's getting prepared, I do
What-
quickly make
what-
that shot.
What is...
Well, give me an investigation real check quick to see if you can find a rock.
Put 19 on my hit.
9.
You find a rock. You grab a rock. Okay, so now
If
go
I
ahead.
don't
Just
get bag
roll
anything,
strength.
if I don't bag anything because of you.
22.
Bro, you're kind of like you stop and Rob or Cogs, you stop and you're kind of you pull your gun and you're like, Ralph, you see this and you're like, what the fuck? You just pick up a rock, just and Cogs, as you're like, all you see is this rock come flying from the left as you let your shot go off, and as it does, you do manage to get a raven, and you do manage to get 2 birds with 1 stone.
There you go. You got 3 now.
Yes. So 3 dead ravens.
So I'll put them into my.
As all the others just kind of flutter off.
Yes, finally got some damn birds.
I don't know what he's doing. He's getting such a creepy inventory over there.
He's trying to build something. I can't...
But
It's for the artificer to make form.
But you kind of continue on and head back to the city. And as you do, and just as when you left, the Black Dragonborn is just drilling it. Would you stop? Okay? The carriage came through. He had all his paperwork. Don't be a dick. Don't be a dick. If he has his paperwork, we are the marketplace of this world, okay, of this planet, of this continent. We are the market hub. If somebody comes with the carriage of goods and they have the paperwork, don't ask dumb question. Well, just let him. And he sees you guys come by. Just give me a minute. I've had it with this new guy. Just let him in. But you know what? Why don't you just go take a break for a little bit? All right, I'll hold this down. Just go to the barracks for a little while. Just get. And you can see it at this point. It's just rage in his face, and he's just like, 4 more years to retirement. 4 more years. All right? I've been on the front lines, okay? I literally fought dragons, and this is worse.
I feel for you.
Oh, we bagged 3 birds on the way back. Good hunting today. Throw some birds back into
Nice. Oh, so that's what you went out for? You're doing a little hunting today?
pretty much.
Yeah,
May as well.
we wanted to go to the hot springs, but the
I'm too scared of
what's her name was there in that guard,
Oh.
so
Oh yeah.
we backed off.
Oh yeah. We saw him leave town a little while after you guys left. But that's yeah. No, I mean hunting. We're a great place to hunt right off the coast. What do you guys? You looking for birds, deer?
it. Almost anything.
Almost anything.
Well, I mean, you can find anything out there. Just watch yourselves. There's some big creatures out there that will not hesitate to eat you. And you're a shiny metal thing, so a lot of things they like use you to build their nests and stuff. So
Yeah, he had an incident with a big bird the
really,
other day.
oh dude, oh man, I wish I could have seen.
I hit it with a rock and
Really?
it dropped him.
Nice, that's dude. Some of I'm telling you, there's some monster ones here. The best one I ever saw was I watched a guy get pulled up by a giant eagle, and the eagle was carrying with one claw. A falcon came and they freaking ripped the dude right in half.
Oh
Oh
God.
man, it was brutal. Kids loved it though when the blood came running down. It's right over city, so it's pretty funny. But I mean, it was brutal. But yeah. Good guys, good. You're good to go back in town. I know you guys. You own some property. You own some property here, so no issues there. I will just say this: watch out. There's a few guard. We got. I'm sure you noticed the other day the little chaos. We're having some issues. I'm sure you saw the dead body next to me. The leader died. We're kind of makeshifting things, and nobody really wants to be a leader because who wants that put on their shoulders? So, and then from what I understand, the Imperator's kind of losing his mind because he doesn't understand why everybody around him is freaking dying and why God is punishing him. I mean, 2 freak accidents. Do you believe that? Nature killing 2 people close to the Imperator. That dude's got some bad karma. Who did he piss off?
I'd stay clear of him.
I mean, I would. So, like I said, 4 more years, man. 4 more years. 4 more years. This job's great, but 4 more years.
Good luck, buddy.
Yeah, but go ahead, go on in. You guys take it easy. You see that little freaking dwarf? Just trip him. Just trip him. All right, you got my permission. Just trip him. But you kind of continue off into town, and I'm gonna assume you're just gonna. Well, Van's gone. So what are you guys gonna do? 'Cause you gotta wait a day now for him to go into the thing. At least a day, I guess. So Well, let's do this. How about you guys go with me on this one? Because we're at 8:51 right now. As you kind of get back into town because this would just be perfect. As you kind of get back into town, you realize that you got to blow off some steam. You got something to do. And as you kind of sit there, you can kind of hear the roar of the arena across the town. Kind of look at each other. It's been a while. As you kind of start to head towards the arena. Happy with ending it there?
Yep.
Okay. So that tonight is where we'll end things. We'll start things off next week with a little bit of arena to kind of pass a little bit of time. They got a day to kill. So get some good combat and get the final mission and sneak their way into a crypt and dispose of, I'm going to say it again, listen to the DM's warnings, a very strong old warrior who will, if you don't kill him, or convince him to leave will easily do so to you. You know when you walk on that trail and there's all those beware of danger signs? I've been trying to place a lot of those the last couple weeks building to this. So, yeah, I think that the arena next week may be the way to maybe give you guys
What's that sign?
another level.
Be liar. Be liar. I think there's a bee that's a liar in here.
Okay. Thank you guys. Have a good one. Everybody have a great weekend and have a great week next week. We will be back next